welcome to a tutorial by me, the Game Wolf 6, on how I make YouTube gaming videos. I'm doing that because several people have asked me in the past, and I thought it would save them and me some time to make this video showing them how I do it. And with that, let's start. So the basic cornerstone of making PC YouTube gaming videos is the computer, and the reason why is because you can run the games on higher graphics, you can get more frames from them, and you can also spend less time processing those videos afterwards. The one I use is the G750JX, as you can see right there, which is a pretty good laptop. As for microphones, these are the ones I use. The one on top, the Razer Kraken Pro V2, is the one I'm currently using, but I used to use the Logitech one. They're both pretty good, but I prefer the one on top because it feels better on my ears. There's a little bit of noise canceling from other places, which I truly don't have to worry about too much, but And I think that the microphone's a bit better, at least for making YouTube videos. But if you're starting out, you want to probably try on the cheaper side because, unless you're planning to go pro the long way, but, everybody has to kind of start somewhere. I mean, that's where I started. As for where you record, or what you'd use to record, I use Fraps and OBS. I prefer Fraps because it tells me whether I'm recording and at what frames I'm recording at, which you would see in the top left-hand corner, but it doesn't show it up there, so that's good. And the problem with Fraps is that, you have to buy it while OBS is free, but I feel that Fraps is easier to use. Another problem with Fraps is that when you're recording 30-minute videos at full size, like 1920 by 1080, instead of like half that size and at 60 frames per second, your recording videos can run anywhere from between 25 to over 120 gigabytes of space, which if you don't have a lot of space in your computer, that can really be a problem. But yeah, another problem with that is uploading times, which fortunately you either have Format Factory or other video processing things. Problem with Format Factory is that it comes with a bunch of bloatware, so when I downloaded it, I kind of needed to clean my computer of the other things it installed. But you can use things like Windows Movie Maker or the other thing I'll show in another slide. As for OBS, lots of people use it because it's free. You can do more games with it because, well, Fraps tends to hit most of the games and work with them all. OBS tends to work with a lot more games because, for some reason, Fraps just doesn't get some games. And also, OBS can be used to record other things like the screen right here in, PowerPoint, which Fraps, it can't do. Or at least I can't seem to get it to do. It just tends to work with games. Also, OBS can be used for streaming. I don't do streaming, but it can be used for streaming. The problem with OBS is that you kind of have to tinker with it a bit, because if you saw some of my older videos on my previous YouTube, the bitrate, aka the frame rate whenever I move things, was really low and it looked like you're trying to look at it through a satellite dish, through a stormy weather. But, you tinker around with it a bit and it gets a lot better. And let's see, OBS is a lot less labor intensive, and that's a great thing as compared to Fraps, because Fraps, I could show you a video where I try to do Grand Theft Auto 5, and if I drive down the streets, then it doesn't take many blocks before all of a sudden I'm driving in midair because the world hasn't loaded yet. While OBS, it tends to barely use any of your computer power at all. And also another good thing about OBS is that it doesn't use that much space. Most of my videos, if I'm recording for 30 minutes, tend to run anywhere from between half a gigabytes to 2 gigabytes. Next. What I use to process my videos. Windows Movie Maker, it's free. At least for Windows, I'm not sure about other things. As for Movani Video Suite, which is the thing I'm using to process these videos, especially the one you're seeing right here, it's $40. I prefer it because it has the ability to censor, and it has more options, and, Windows Movie Maker could only get it to run like 40 frames per second for videos, but Movania can do 60 or more frames per second. The only problem with it is that it does have a tendency to crash every now and then because reasons. As for the avatar that you're seeing in the bottom left hand corner, I'm using FaceRig software, which is something I bought on Steam. And the thing that you need to do is, or at least helps it do things, is have something that's shining on your face so that I can see your face quite nicely. And, of course, you need the camera. And it's better if you have glasses off your face because it's able to read your facial expressions better. Unfortunately, right here, I have to have glasses on so I can read the PowerPoint. But, at least my face is in a small area so you don't see it twitching all that much. Next, external hard drives. Now, this is a good thing to use for freeing up space on your computer because, as I said, like, some of these videos would take up like 120 gigabytes to, get, and then you have to squish them down. But still, they can be anywhere between like a couple of gigabytes to, let's say, for VR chat that goes on for an hour or so, it could be like 30 gigabytes. So it still could eat up a lot of space on your computer if you're trying to like have high quality videos. So having external hard drive, something you can just toss your videos somewhere else, is a good way of freeing up space so you can have more more space for your videos. And it's also good to store backup videos just in case, YouTube decides to give you a couple of strikes because reasons. So, good place to put backups just in case you want to try doing YouTube again or putting them over to a different website or something like that. It's also good for storing files in general because, hey, if your computer crashes, you kind of want to keep all the stuff on your computer. And what I'm personally using is that 4 terabyte hard drive that you're seeing on your right, which I'll be able to store videos on it for years to come, which is great. Next is noise canceling. Now, you don't really want to do YouTube videos where you're hearing things in the background. I mean, you can't really do too much about it sometimes, but, you have to try your best, and I basically go low tech. Things I use is a foamy mouse pad. Again, not the scroll. It's basically something that when I'm clicking my mouse, it doesn't, send the vibrations into the table when the vibrations come out and into the microphone. And another thing I use is I put 2 towels on top of it. I know, very low tech, but still it doesn't make a lot of noise when I click. I mean, do you hear me clicking? Nope. And then another thing I like to use is that, like, I'm at a table, well, not a table, but a desk right here that has a little bit of room over it, so I can drape duvets or thick bed sheets over it, so that, hopefully I'm not making too much noise for my neighbor across the way, even though we have thick walls, which is great. And also, when I'm speaking, I don't have my voice going out, hitting the wall, and coming back at me. So it's a bit, less noisy and less quality. Next is something that I definitely have many sins from, which is audio balancing. Because basically, if you don't do that, then you'll be speaking for 30 minutes, and then when you play the video, it's just going to be the video game audio. So, basic thing you do, or at least for Windows, is start the game. I do Alt-Tab out of it, and then click on the thing in the bottom right-hand corner, which is the volume mixer, and then set it to max and lower the game audio there. For that one, it's Moranatsu. And I'd say a safe thing to do is like half, maybe 20 might be even better. Then you go back into the game, record a minute of video, then you go out of it and listen to the video to see whether or not your voice audio is the same, or just noticeable and understandable when compared to the game. And then you do it repeatedly until you think it's optimal. And then, optional, or the thing you should do, which I don't do unfortunately, is after you do the first video, you check because, you hear me start my videos, I'm like, hello and welcome, And then I'm like, hey, I'm doing things in the game, and then sometime more on, I'm like, okay, so let's see, what are we going to do here? We're going to take this, combine it with that, put it over there. So yeah, when you're like naturally making videos, your audio level tends to change, well, your voice. So, you need to make sure that you're changing the mix compared to the game, which unfortunately I do that in pre instead of post, so there isn't much I could do about that. So definitely remember to do that, or you're just going to have a video just full of game audio. As for internet, I do videos that tend to be pretty large because I try to get as high quality as I can. I do try to do quality and quantity, but yeah. If you have like 5 Mbps, if my internet provider isn't jipping me, then it takes about 30 minutes. If you're slower and also it's larger videos or whatnot, it can take longer. So you might want to think about that when you're thinking about the videos you're going to upload. Like if yours is a lot slower, then you might want to either spend a good couple hours having your computer sit there uploading it, or, compress it down even more, lower the quality so that, you can get it out there without spending 24 hours uploading a video. And also, a thing that I do is that I try to keep a schedule. One in the morning, if I have something else, maybe one midday, one at night. So I try to keep about a week's worth of content uploaded, and then I post it. So, if you just like make it, then like upload it, then post it, then it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to keep a schedule like me, it's good to keep like a good amount of time just in case you didn't make the video, so you don't all of a sudden be like, okay, it's time to upload the video. Shit, I haven't made the video. Crap, I need to go make it now. You can just be like, oh, here's the video up. Oh, here's this empty space. I'm gonna have to make a video in the next couple of days. And also, it's good just in case like somebody needs the internet, or you need the internet for something, or you don't have a stable internet connection. It's good to do that. And that's pretty much all I have in mind when it comes to making YouTube gaming videos. Oh, I do have one that I completely forgot to do. I use a cell phone right here, which has the app called like Timer, I think. And I basically do that. Oh, it's called Clock, which I use stopwatch to tell me how much time has gone through the video, because I try to keep it at like 30 minutes or something like that, because I probably should have gone through this, but 30 minutes I think is a good amount of time, because somewhere between 15 and 40 minutes I guess is a good time to do it, because anything shorter than 15 minutes you're just kind of clicking right through it. 30 minutes is kind of a good sit-down time, give or take. Anything beyond 40 minutes, you kind of really have to schedule yourself to sit down and watch that video. So, I mean, it depends on what you feel, really. So, yeah, I think that's everything I can think about when it comes to making YouTube videos. So, I hope to help you, and if you have any tips, then send it my way, and I'll try and improve my YouTube gaming thing. And, yeah, please comment, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks on making YouTube gaming videos. And if you like this video and would like to help my YouTube channel grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos to help my YouTube channel grow. And also, of course, I have to say this on all my videos, remember to spay and neuter your animals to help control the pet population. And, yeah, until next time on some other video. Thanks and see ya.